All right, hello boys and girls. So this is video 2. We had left off at the bottom here. So the 42 divided by 6 is going to be 7 because you can see I have 7 sixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 42 divided by 6 is 7. So now we're moving into page 2. Now with page 2 here, we have an array. And the array is asking for us to write a fact. And then we have to explain, well, why is there only 2 facts for this array? So if I go ahead and write my fact, I see that I have 3 rows, and I'm going to actually times that by 3 going across. And that's going to be 9 because there's 9 altogether. So the only other fact in this fact family is going to be the division. We're going to say 9 and we're going to say divide that by 3 is going to be 3. Now over here, we need to explain, well, why is there only 2 facts? Well, it's basically because they're the same numbers. So, you're not going to write 3 times 3 and then equals 9 and then 3 times 3 equals 9 again. So we can say there are only 2 facts because the array shows the same numbers. And that's basically why. So you're going to have this in every single problem where you have a 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, and so on and so forth. So when we now move down to the next one, we have to go ahead and we have to solve the equations, and then we have to write the remaining fact families. So 8 times 1, I know is going to be 8. And when I write the related fact, it's going to be 8 times 1, and basically just switching around my 8 and my 1. And then when I go ahead and work on my division, I need to start with my greatest number. I'm just going to pick the 8 this time, and that's going to equal 1. And the same thing with, I'm going to take my 8 again, and this time I'm going to divide it by 1, which is going to equal 8. So you can see consistently, I am using the same numbers over and over again. I'm just putting them in the correct order, and I'm putting them with the correct operational sign. In my next one, I've got a 30 divided by 5. Well, 30 divided by 5 is 6. So I have my first fact. And so I'm just going to write my second division equation. And now I'm going to take the 6 and make that the divisor, and then 5 would be the quotient. Now I get to write my multiplication sentences. So we'll just do 6 times 5 equals 30, and then it'll be 5 times 6 equals 30. For my next one, 4 times 3 is going to be 12. 3 times 4 is also going to be 12. And then now that I'm going into my division equations, I want to start with my greatest number. Just pick the 4 this time and make it a 3. And then we've got our 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And our last one, 32 divided by 4, I know that that's 8. So I can go ahead and make my second division equation. The 8 is the divisor this time, and 4 is going to be the quotient. Now I can do my multiplication sentences. And then 4 times 8 equals 32. So just make sure that you're spot checking that you actually have division equations that make sense. Remember, your division equation starts with the greatest number. Your multiplication sentences are going to end with the greatest number. So now we have our division rules. Find the quotient for the following. So remember, when you multiply by 0, it's going to be 0. When your divisor is a 1, your quotient is going to be a 1. 8 divided by 0, 0. When your dividend and your divisor are the same number, your quotient is 1. So this would be 1. This would be a 9. This would be a 4. And this would be a 1. Same, 1. 4 divided by 1, 4. 9 divided by 1, 9. 1 divided by 1, 9. Dividing by, when the divisor is a 0, your quotient is always 0. So make sure you study this and look over your study guide, and you'll